Hey everyone, it's the Blazer King with King's Critiques. We're here for Call of the Night. The last episode ended off with Ko about to, have to replace Nazuna in her job of being a hired cuddle buddy in cuddling up to a hot woman. Which, just saying, I should look into that kind of thing, because I'm like some form of fluffy, and fluffiness does equate to good cuddling. So, that's a legit job I could look into, but why the fuck not? Guys can do it. Not just hot girls. But that, not really a joke, but also kind of a joke aside. If you haven't seen the episode yet, do go ahead and pull me up along, because I listen to my comments as it goes along, or leave me running in the background to let me get the watch time, because that would be much appreciated, as would being a like and subscribe button, because as you know, not as many people who turn on the content are subscribed as they could be. That being said, one final note. Everybody don't forget to DM the people who run Google can go fuck themselves, because Google Chrome isn't working right now for the umpteenth time in a month. And that actually aggravates me, because I usually watch all my anime stuff on Chrome, but now I have to do it on the CCleaner browser, because retarded people run Google. And if you don't like the fact I just said the word retarded, grow the fuck up. I just clapped the wrong side. I hate having this thing mirrored in the wrong direction. Because if I actually could have seen that it was on this side, I would and probably got the fucking thing. It's actually pretty bad that you guys can see that on camera, so I apologize for whenever you do, but we have something in the house that's attracting tons of flies. No clue what. I've gotten rid of everything gross or disgusting that I can think of. Then again, maybe some of the food that might have gotten dripped on in the basement might be causing it, but God forbid we figure that out. Anyway, let's get into the episode without me dragging on too long about other miscellaneous this and that. Because my entire day is going to be filled with working or being annoyed at everything. So, what's her deal? She hot, but... Well, then why didn't you go home, dumbass? Fucking hell. So we're seeing the first time that Nazuna encountered this girl. Damn. And then it wasn't her, it was just some dude, and she's like, Why doesn't a head co do that is beyond me, though. To be fair, it sounds like a good deal even without the kiss afterward. I'm, I'm sorry. Her reaction is enough to fucking pause on just because it was funny. She sees him walking in with Nazuna's usual nurse uniform on. That would be a bit of an awkward sight when you're expecting, an above average attractive girl to be working on you, not a lanky teenager. Well, you're actually listed as a scam, so I'm telling you, fuck off. See, if you were one of the things that said you were believed to be a scam, but you're actually someone looking for money, I would have answered you to try and work with you. But, you know, Yeah, let's skip the intro because I want to see how funnier this gets. Well, that was actually pretty clean. It's not over quite yet, but another couple seconds. Oh, no. Honestly, I thought we were almost at the point where she was going to click the thing. Now the intro's over. Yes, you are. That's the only motivation that put you in this current position. Nazuna knows exactly what she's doing. I mean, yeah. Fuck. He's actually digging into her like she wants. Wow, rude. She's not a floozy. I'm I'm sorry. When he says that, her immediate thought is probably like, is this technically illegal for me to do this? No, I'm on the receiving end, so I shouldn't worry about that. It's his first time being forced to do this. Give him a break. There it is. Hi. Yeah, Nazuna's forcing him. Well, not forcing him, but she suggested it. I mean, to be fair, that's the reason everyone works menial jobs, is because they want the money. Like, I'm pausing again just to bring up another topic about work and money. And if you ever own a business, don't ask people why they want a job. It's the dumbest interview question in the world. Because I've only been at one official interview, and when somebody said, "Why do you want to work here?" I'm thinking in the back of my head, to make fucking money. What, I want to work at a fucking restaurant to have a career out of it? No. Only like 1 out of 50 people probably actually work at a restaurant to make a career out of it. If it happened, sure, but that's not people's actual intentions. Like, if people are going to make actual careers out of something, have it be something they actually enjoy doing. This is what I enjoy doing. This is not the thing that fucking the fucking people in charge of YouTube ask. So why do you want to be partner? It's like, well, the money is nice and all, but this is what I want to do. When, like, being able to entertain people for money without needing to fucking talk to some huge bigwig is what everyone wants to do. Now, granted, ever since YouTube became a bunch of it's not as easy because now they demand you to have 1,000 subscribers at minimum and have proper watch time, which the amount of views I definitely have, I would imagine. The watch time in general, debatable. But, like, the subscribers, that's the hard part. And that's why, literally, if you click on the video, just hit that red button if you haven't yet. It helps a ton. I've been working on YouTube ever since I was fucking 15, 16. So, I mean, Okay, damn. Like, I mean, that's a fair enough reasoning. I know I'm pausing a lot, but like, I just also had the thought that, like, I don't know, even for an introvert, having this kind of job would be the best kind of way to meet people. Because, I mean, just saying, like, first time or two, meeting a fucking 10 during one of your first fucking jobs would make you even reconsider doing that kind of job. Because, like, I don't want to cuddle up with anyone else. Like, she's a fucking babe. I, I mean, obviously, for the money, it'd still be a good idea, but, like, being able to meet someone that hot, not realistic, but yeah, he's probably not good with it. Oh God, he's probably not good with things like that. See, now what would Nazuna say? Nazuna would try and help her not co. You gotta be a bro. You gotta be a bro, co. Oh, he's being a bit weird trying to get the message across, but bitch just fades in through the wall. Come on, like, did this bitch even know she was a vampire? Because that probably is about to give her the biggest fucking surprise in the world. Nazuna's just like, but why? Oh, okay, hold on. She's asked not to let the woman go to work, and Nazuna just fucking throws her out the window. What? Why is that always her answer for everything, is throwing people off from tall places? Like, yeah, she can fucking leap out of there and grab the bitch, but fam, that's not how this works. What? Nazuna, what the fuck? And he jumps after her? And the Nazuna jumps after him. Well, I guess this bitch gets added into the cavalcade of craziness. What the fuck? You threw her out a window. Why would she be okay? Bro. Oh, it was the funniest fucking reaction to that shit. Like, interrupting again. If work is so bad it makes you want to cry, if it's not your personal driven goal and it only makes you cry temporarily, don't do it. It's not worth it for the money. You can find something else that can get you money. You know, finding a job you actually want and enjoy doesn't really help you. You know, talking currently, personally, my mother has a job she mostly likes, but we still don't have the money to fucking survive because, well, I'm a useless piece of shit here, and this is the only job I know I could handle, even though it makes me cry sometimes, internally. But there's also other factors that are taken into that as far as money is concerned, but that's neither here nor there. Like, everything being ran on the almighty dollar is the worst thing in the world, but we gotta deal with it until everyone rises up and fights against it. Ever see the movie Fight Club? Basically that. As if you couldn't tell. Well, she faded through a wall and tossed her out of the window one handed and flew. Pretty much. Is it though? It makes sense to me. Personally, I'd rather be a vampire or something to be able to just stay up and not worry about having to sleep. When I look at the clock and see 6 a.m., 7 a.m., I'm just like, fuck, it's bedtime. But if I didn't have to sleep, I could look at that time and be like, fuck it. Also, can we point out how every girl that Ko seems to interact with now is like leagues hotter than Nazuna in literal. I know literality isn't a word, but it's the closest thing to what I can think of. Because, I mean, Akira is hotter than Nazuna, at least physically. This woman, hotter than Nazuna, at least physically. And maybe even hotter than Akira because she has the bonus points of having glasses. So, like, just hanging out with Nazuna kind of got Ko into a lot of lucky deals. Reconnecting with an old friend who is a 10 out of 10, and meeting up with this woman and giving her life lessons, even though he's almost half her age. Like, fuck, if I ran into someone half my age who was giving me life lessons about how to improve, maybe I'd fucking take it to heart if they fucking gave me that stern of a talking to. And she goes upstairs and sees her phone and just sees a text that says you're fired. So is he basically saying that he'll make her fall in love with him? 'Cause that's quite the promise. Does that mean he gets his own vampire harem? That'd actually be awesome. Turn into a vampire and just get your own harem because you keep making people fall in love with it. That actually sounds like kind of a badass thing to do. And even worse, Nazuna, I think, just looked like she was jealous or something. Why does Nazuna freak out with that shit all the time? That seems to be true. Like, see, honestly, I wish I could be the level of introvert that he is again, where you don't like going out to do things, but people are just magnetically drawn to you anyway. I used to have that effect. You know, when I used to go places, I used to have that effect where I would meet people once or twice, and then we'd just hang out the more I go to those places. I miss having that feeling. I used to go to a place where I played fucking card games, and I made friends of, like, every other person I talked to. Granted, a couple of those people ended up in some very questionable places in life, but that's neither here nor there. Like, I miss being that kind of introvert where you don't have to actively go and talk to people. People will come and talk to you and just click. That's the reason I wish I had more money to go fucking concerts and stuff. Because that's the best kind of place to meet people. You know, I went with my roommate to a thing last month, and granted, while I couldn't understand a single word that was being sung by the performers, I still got to talk to a fair amount of people. Okay, I'm gonna pause instead of continuing to talk and hopefully handle this. Alright, well, they answered with someone who I didn't want to talk to, so I told them to call back with someone I could actually talk to. So let's get back into it. Because I could understand them, but I couldn't understand them too well. Because, like, it, you know you don't do that. The classes added quite a bit of cuteness to Nazuna as well, for the record. Oh, damn. Mm, alright. Damn. Quite a bit of hot chicks at that place, too. Mm. Ethereal, yeah. Yeah. On what is Naruto's swimsuit gonna be? Is it gonna be something he's expecting and show off her petite yet decent figure? Or is it gonna be just a school swimsuit? Because that's kind of bullshit that shit comes up as sometimes. Which I've said before, I'll say it again. I really don't understand the appeal of school swimsuits, for the record. Like, I'm not talking she'd be wearing specifically a school swimsuit, but like a one piece that just doesn't really show off much. I've never understood I don't know. I'm weird in that regard, I guess. That's true. Actually, that outfit is pretty damn cute. Yeah, that's actually about what I was expecting. But yeah, the outfit she's wearing over her swimsuit, pretty cute, pretty cute. He gets it. Well, I wouldn't say mad hot. Yes, she looks kind of like a doll, but yeah, and her figure is like an 8 out of 10, but of course that actually happens. Guys who are attractive get overconfident and shit. Damn, Nazuna. Is she just torturing him at this point on purpose? She wants to see if he'll come up and say anything. Come on, Ko. There you go. That's what she wanted. Like, if you want to be in love with her, you gotta act like it. Yeah, she did that just to try and make him jealous. At least they were respectful. Like, I mean, let's put this in the obvious perspective, you know? In a situation like that where guys go up to a girl and two of them are talking to her at one time, 9 times out of 10, at the very least in media like this, they usually have the guys try to be an asshole and, you know, bitch and bark at him about trying to grab her and, you know, she'd rather hang out with us and blah, blah, blah. And then he'd try to throw like a punch or something if a fight started, and then she'd have to kick their ass and get them out of there. But they were actually respectful, which personally, that's the kind of thing I would rather run into is respectful guys when shit's happening, you know? Not say for the instance like I actually went with someone somewhere, but more the instance of if I started a conversation with somebody and a couple of hotter guys tried to budge in. I don't know if I'd be quite as like passive aggressive as Ko was just then, but I'd hope that guys would be a bit more respectful than that, which as a guy realistically is not a thing because I never would interrupt somebody or try to be a dick about it, but I have seen in billions of examples that men are just dicks. But that's why I only represent myself in the ideal of a man as I am perfectly comfortable in my body. I just am not perfectly comfortable with the typical mindset of a man of ooh ooh fucking ooh sex. Like that's what my cousin's mindset is. My cousin literally just said that relationships are pointless outside for making kids, and I just sat here and stared. I'm like, are you fucking drunk? Well, actually, I can't even say that because he probably was a little drunk. But like, you know what I mean. Man's a fucking alcoholic, so I can't take shit with him on a grade, with anything but a grain of salt. I mean, there were a lot of hot babes at the pool, but also, for the record, isn't it kind of hypocritical of him to be jealous, though? Like, didn't he literally say he'd try and make an older woman fall in love with him earlier? Yep. I don't mean to body shame, but, like, Nazuna's tits are just kind of, like, I don't know. They're perky, but lopsided. I mean, that's a fine, subtle jiggle, but yeah, they're just. There's a lot of things to explore from that episode. Like, on the one end, that older woman who might be a reoccurring character for all I know, who the fuck can tell, was a definite babe. Nazuna likes to fuck with Ko a little bit more than she should. He's kind of a hypocrite, because again, he literally said he would make an older woman fall in love with him so he can turn her into a vampire. Although she doesn't know the caveat behind the means to turn into a vampire yet. But he got jealous when a couple of guys talked to Nazuna. We saw that in some anime, men really do have an unrealistic aspiration for how they are. Because, I mean, again, no instance would what happened in this episode happen in any sort of reality. Like, maybe one of the guys would have been accepting to it in real life, but the other one would have done something stupid later and gotten his ass kicked. Because, again, like, maybe somebody watching this who's also a male could say in the comment section if they're like me in that aspect. But, like, I don't know. I feel like when that instance happens, it should end up like that more often. At the very least in media, we never see it go that well, because, you know, the guy who grabs the girl usually ends up getting stuck on something, because the guys talking to the girl usually grab the girl and try to argue the fact, and then some bullshit happens. But that's just from my perspective on, you know, the, like, I can't say just anime wise, but fiction wise from my perspective on things. Because what I've heard from realistic scenarios, shit does not go that well. But you can let me know your thoughts on that shit. Who you think is the hottest character in this so far? Is Ko gonna end up with his own vampire harem? And anything else in the comment section down below, as well as, of course, about other shows I should watch this season, next season, or in general. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my main channel in the description down below. Ring both bells like Facebook, follow Twitter, keep updated with things. TikTok, because I upload in batches from time to time. Twitch, subscribe there for benefits, can do so Twitch Prime for free. Until next time, Ben Blaze King with King's Critique, sign out, Tata for now, peace.